Everybody, Ralph Havens here. Welcome. Friday, if you're watching live, don't. So when I was thinking of this video this morning, I watched a beautiful and it's still coming up sunrise, and I decided to start doing my qigong with my eyes wide awake, fully open, and heading east and looking at the sunrise because of a great interview that Jen and I did this last Wednesday on our Miracles, Magic, and Coffee show. And if you haven't seen that, it's a good one. Good one, Annie Drew. And and I talked to so many people. We had amazing friends come over last night, and I had some great meetings and sessions yesterday, and I'm so blessed to be able to talk to so many people. And one thing I notice is I've actually met some people that I would say are enlightened or awakened or whatever you want to call that, fully aware of the nature of reality and truth, and have been fully enlightened to what's really here. Some of them have done some deep, deep spiritual work. Some of them have had just these experiences, near-death experiences, and it's been amazing to talk to people and interview people and work with people. And I've seen a pattern. And I've seen a couple of ways to go. There's a book I read when I was in around 1973. I was in high school, and my friend Mike Martin had on the cross country team, and I was on the cross country team freshman, and he had a new pair of shoes. They were Nikes, the Nike leather Cortez, and I was like, whoa, these are cool. And so Nike started to become all the rage for the people in the know, the runners. And you had to go down to State Street in Madison, Wisconsin, and get them on every other Saturday in this bottom of a bookstore next to where this guy sold bagels, and you could get a pair of Nikes, and they were sold out of the back of trunks of cars at track meets, and it was so underground, and it was so hip, and it was so cool. And then of course Nike just zoomed, just took off, and then Phil Knight, the guy that started Nike, decided to write this book because he wanted his kids to know what happened, And if you haven't read it, it's a great book. You would think that that kind of success and that kind of abundance and that kind of impact in the world to create something like Nike, it's like, wow, what a blessing. And that he must have been really lucky, and man, he sure must have had lots of really good breaks. But if you read the book, it was like devastation after failure, after about to die kind of stuff in business, and about to lose it all, and much hardship and much obstacles, and this is not going to work, and you're going to fall apart, and you'll probably go to jail, and that's how he did the just do it thing. And so what I notice is, there's people that years ago I read a book by Jed McKenna, devastating book. Don't recommend it unless you want to be totally, completely dismantled. So I read all of his books, and I have a friend that still to this day doesn't even want to touch the book. But it breaks apart the nature of reality so you can start to see what you truly are. And it can be devastating. I talked to someone recently that I would consider awakened. And she said that it's hard to have a relationship when you're awakened because you know the whole picture. Yet there's some people that get a whole bunch of really cool stuff when they have that. Like another great book, Autobiography of a Yogi, Yogananda, he was awakened, and there's this place that's probably worth a couple $1 billion in Encinitas, California, just north of San Diego, that was that he manifested as the place to do his work and sit out over the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and in a really beautiful, beautiful place do his work and his writings, and have all these people following him, and brought yoga to the Western world. His impact was huge. But if you read his book, Autobiography of a Yogi, it was like crash and burn and problem after problem and betrayal from friends and just attacked on all these levels and then all sorts of stuff. So the just do it, I've noticed there's a just do it unless, and there's a bunch of people that they're shown the other side of this, like, yeah, there's like spiritual awakening and enlightenment and going for those things. But I've noticed that some of the people that are on deep spiritual paths that have done some amazing deep inner work, they don't have a lot of money, and they're not living a very big life, and a lot of their gifts aren't being sent out to the world, and they have really good logical reasons why. It's amazing. It's amazing. And, you know, that's okay, of course. It's okay. But one of the things I noticed is, you know, with all the hardship we've had and all the struggle, it's been a cracking open and a deep, strong desire to go and make it work. Because if you want a big impact, you know, once you get your health back and once you go deep into the spiritual who are you kind of work, if you have something to give to the world, it takes some work, my friends. It takes some work. It takes some work. And it's not just all like, wow, Nike became a great company with, some people wouldn't say it's great, but making a lot of money and everybody's wearing these Nikes and big impact. And so one thing that I've noticed is the people that go for it and start to go down the entrepreneurial road or getting their work out to the world, their impact and helping a lot of people and making money at it, they're alive. They're alive. And the people that have logical reasons why they can't, you know, do something, why they can't get the help that they need to start something big, why they you know, it's just, they have reasons and they have beliefs about, you know, you can't be spiritual if you make money, or, you know, Tony Robbins is a fraud because he has an island in Fiji that he owns, and, you know, but how much are you going to impact the world if you don't get your message out to the world? And one of the things I noticed is there's a way to recognize when those deep inner conflicts show up. So business is an awesome way to go to that place. Money is an awesome way, a spiritual path, because when you bump into trying to get your message out to the world, when you bump into trying to go big in the world, there's going to be some arrows shot at you, and there's going to be some hardship, and there's going to be some devastation, and there's going to be some problems. And the cool thing is, those are actually the trainings. Those are the challenges, or the training, the miracles to help us become the people that can then bring our work to the world, your message, your stuff, your help, your love, what you can offer to the world. And when you're doing that, when we're doing that, I would say it's fully awake living with abundance. And that includes the money, with abundance and with the impact, and living big, not afraid, not hiding from putting yourself out there. And the thing is, all these people that do this, all these guys, they another great book. All these guys, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and lots of devastation, and lots of reasons why it shouldn't work. And the thing is, if you're determined and you want it all, the whole enchilada, then you'll do the spiritual work, but you won't shy away from the money part. And one of the things I've noticed is it's something that Buddha used. It's a very ancient thing that can hardly be called a meditation. There's a way to get rid of all the techniques and methods. And when you bump into your own stuff, when you bump into your own pain of like, the money part, or how are you going to pay for this? Or I can't spend the last of my money to get a partner or a coach or a healer. I can't spend the rest of my money to do this. I got to like protect the last of my money before it dwindles away. Money is such a spiritual thing. And if you're ready to like bump into some of that stuff that shows up when you have the opportunities to go for something big, then there's a way to go inside and sit with that. And all the great teachers talk about it, all of them, including the Qigong methods, wisdom traditions, and the Zen stuff, and even the Christian things, be still and know that I am God. There's a way to do that. But if you're doing it on a mountain, all calm, and then having excuses why you can't be abundant in the world too, I think there's a missing the boat thing there. Because it's real easy just to be on your high horse and without money and being all spiritual. But if you want to bump into your stuff, you might want to look in that, like, how do you get abundant in the physical world? And that includes the money. And when it starts to like, you feel that, there's a way to go inside and sit with it and clear it. And then all these obstacles are opportunities, good book, all these opportunities to clear your stuff. And then you can be fully awake and having a big impact and abundance and playing big. So, and if you don't give up, which is, if you read Shoe Dog, the Nike story, he should have given up numerous times. It was like, you got to just stop, man. Just stop and go to work somewhere for somebody else. But he didn't give up. So it's kind of a cool way to live. So that's what I have for you. And if you're interested in that technique, I do have it for you. It's part of my way to get you into my world. If you want to interact more with me, and I'll give you this process that's hardly a meditation. And you can just go to my one of my sites, ralphhavens.com/enlighten up, and enter your information, and I'll send you some PDFs and a video of an hour of doing it with a group of people. And you can start to learn this way to go inside. Now, if you just do it and you don't go do something in the world, but if you do something in the world and go big and take chances, and then take more chances and fail, and then take more chances and fail, and take more chances and fail, and then start to find your way. And along the way, you could use this process that I have that will clear all that deep inner pain because you're going for it. So it's kind of like, just do it unless you don't want to do it. But the other side of that, I feel it's a cool way to live. It's being awake, at least getting towards more awakeness, right? And getting to live big, and getting to like take a chance, and getting to fail, and getting to live a life. So I'm going to go watch the rest of the sun come up, and I hope you're having a good Friday or whatever time it is. And let me know what you think. All right. Bye, you guys.